What's going on, guys? This is Glendon Cameron, and this live stream is brought to you by the Money Mindset Program, a course that will teach you how to optimize your money, teach you how to build business credit, and give you insights on managing your finances. Go ahead. The link to the course is in the description, and after the live stream, it'll be in the first comment. So, this is what you can do to get into the game. You know, the other day on my other channel, I posted a video and I got a very interesting reply. Why do you want to help people? And that reply was very puzzling to me because let me explain how I grew up. I grew up in an environment where people would be very helpful to you. I remember growing up in a little town, and sometimes I would be walking to the store and I would have not one, not two, not three, not four, but five people. Hey, do you need a ride? Do you need a ride? So there was plenty of help. And I remember, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if they still do this, but when I was selling those little products for school, there would be a lot of people in my neighborhood who would buy those products, peanuts, candy, whatever we were selling. They would buy these products and they would get on the list and they would help me out. So I grew up in a very helpful, very earnest, very promising, very good environment that was full of people willing to help me out. And I consistently saw that. I consistently saw that. And one of the things that I find very curious about my generation being born in 1966 and going through the process of today, that culture is lost on the younger generations because I don't know this feeling of not wanting to help anyone, not wanting to be part of their situation. I don't know what that is. And I looked at that comment and I was just like, it was strange to me. Why would you want to be a person that's not helping anyone? Why would you want to be a person? And I feel that creed, that onus is one of the reasons that I've done as well as I've done in the internet space is because I want to help people be successful. I want to help people make money. I want to help people be better people. I want to help people have better environments. And it is amazing how many people out here are, for lack of another word, 100% selfish. The only person that they want to help is the person they see looking at them in the mirror. And I'm going to explain some stuff about helping people, and I'm going to go through a process from the upscale garage sale. Upscale garage sale, this was for our weekend sales where we physically sell stuff that we couldn't put on eBay, we couldn't put on Craigslist, we couldn't put on Amazon. This is how we would just blow that stuff out. And I remember I used to sit at my desk. I used to watch people, and I would watch what people would go in the warehouse. I would watch what people would pay attention to. I would pay attention to that stuff. I would work on that. I would like be there. I would be present when these people were doing their thing. And I asked a lot of questions. I was like, what brings you in today? Are you a regular garage sale stopper? Or is this the first time you've done anything like this? And I would just continually be asking questions, applying help, applying consideration. And from my vantage point, when you are a helpful, service oriented person, this just makes everything better. This just makes everything better. This just opens the door for you to get more benefits out of people. Because one of the things that I consistently see is a lot of people are just out to, you know, get reciprocity begets fruitful opportunities. Exactly. Because, I'm just kind of puzzled Because, from an intellectual standpoint, I understand what's going on with the psychology of these people, but from a personal standpoint, I simply don't get it because, just growing up, I mean, people were so helpful. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about something that's a little different: dating and talking to girls. Back when I was a kid, there was no internet. There was no sliding in her DMs. There was nothing. If there was a girl that you were interested in, you had to go up and talk to her. And that right there, I'm getting ready to go into that. That communication, or a lack of communication, is a big, big issue today. We have men who do not know how to approach women. And I'm going to work that into the business acumen, because here's the same thing. How do you grow a company? You have to sell. How do you sell stuff? You have to talk to people. So that whole arc of going up and talking to women and creating a company that goes out and talks to people is very, very similar, because if you are afraid to talk to people, and you don't know how to talk to people, and you don't know how to communicate, this is going to be very harsh with your business model. And this is one of the reasons I think that a lot of people are just not doing really well with trying to start a business, because the communication. And I will talk about long form content, and I will talk about, um, let's see, my experience. People will help you if they see you trying to do something. I agree with that. I agree 100% with that. Let's talk about short form content and long form content. Now, YouTube is pushing short form content really, really, really hard. I've literally seen, let's see, let me go ahead and see if I can pull her up. And I have seen a lot of, go ahead and turn the sound down. And let's see, I think it's Vivacious Honey. Okay. Now, here's a girl who does stuff in the apparel space, and she has 1.4 million followers, followers. And one of the things that I've noticed is her shorts do really, really well. She be getting 200, 100, 500, 300. Um, and I will say this: she's very creative. Um, she's got this thing, I think, personally nailed down. She knows what she's doing. She's created a very large following in the shorts community. And she's knocking it out. But look, when she does a long form video, as someone with 1.4 million followers, her long form videos should be getting 100, 200, 300, 400,000 views. And it's just simply not happening, because most of her customers are consumers of the short form content. And once again, she seems to be happy doing what she's doing. There's no shade, there's no harm thrown at her, because, like I said, I think she has created a successful brand for herself. I also think that she's on TikTok as well, and it's working out for her. But here's the thing, and this is the thing that you have to be consciously aware of. Um, she's a female, though. That's funny. You have to be consciously aware of, when you create short form content and you dedicate yourself to short form content, that you are dedicating yourself to a very different audience. And this goes back into the arc of communication. Let's see. What about using short form content to get people into a free Discord server community and they will probably watch your videos if they're a part of that community. Let me go ahead and kind of show you something else. And this is, once again, I do a lot of studying, right? I do a lot of studying. Uh, 10x income. Yeah. All right. Here's someone who has grown the channel really, really quickly. He's only been on YouTube 3, 4 months. And let's see, does he do shorts? He doesn't do that many shorts. So most of his growth has come from long form content. He only has 18 videos. He's been doing this, like I said, 4 months. And he has a Discord server. And I don't know. Let's see. Let's just kind of get into it. And let's go to here's his Discord server. Let's see. So he has, where is it? Because in this community, uh, I didn't verify it, but there's only 5,000 people in this community. So I don't know if all 5,000 people watch. Let's see. Oh, there it is. He has 5,576 people in his server. So he doesn't do a lot of shorts. He does a lot of long form content that, let me see. Let me go ahead and make sure y'all can see that. Hold on a second. Let me get that there. He has what? Oh God. It would not let me just switch it from one screen to another. It's making me all right. Um, this is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy. Um, Let me just get out of there because using short form content to get people to go to your server. Now, it's still that type of audience, it's different mindset. Exactly. That's exactly it. Pretty much. Pretty much. And this is one of the things. When I was doing a lot of my communication work, I consistently found that long form content does not get the views of short form content. Not even close. But I'll tell you guys a story. And this happened about 2015. And it was something, back then I was offering a lot of products, working on a lot of stuff. And I put some stuff out. And at the end of one video, I put out some long form content, and it was a course. And that video didn't get crazy amount of views. The video didn't get a crazy amount of views. I think the video got like 800 views, and I had 5 people sign up for this course, which was 2,500 bucks. 5 people. And then once again, you know, one of the things you have to do, and this is something that I'm going to get into next month, is letting people know what you have to offer. And I have found out time and time again when I let people know what I have to offer, what I'm working on, what I'm building, what I got putting out, people sign up. People sign up. And it's really, really different. It's really, really interesting that with the communication, because this is one of the things, like, let me go back to, let me make sure that I'm in. I want you guys to see this. Go back. All right. So let's go YouTube. Hi, facious. Honey. All right. She's got 1.4 million subscribers, and all of these people are consumers of short form content. This is what they like. This is what they consume. But One of the big problems, and this guy actually talks about it because everyone is just kind of like, you should create shorts. You should create shorts. Shorts is the thing that's going to open up your viewers. It's going to open up your channel. It's going to create this different energy. It's going to create this thing. Uh, the resetting of YouTube. I think this is going to bring there. Like this guy, and he did a video talking about the fall of short form content because short form content is literally everywhere. It's literally everywhere, right? It's on YouTube, it's TikTok, it's on Instagram, and the fall of short form content is, what I predict is it's going to be quite nasty going forward. It's going to be really, really nasty. All right. What's up, Rainy Woman? One of the things that's good. One thing I learned about marketing, it's very hard to try to convince and change a person's mindset. It's easy to convince someone that actually wants to change and improve already. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. And one of the things that I am doing, because this guy, he has quite a few videos talking about the fall of short form content. The YouTube reset is coming. He's talking about YouTube is going to begin sponsoring and pushing podcasts. And there's a lot of stuff in here because once again, a lot of people are doing short form content. They're talking about that, making demand. I get emails every day of someone trying to offer short form content. Me, hey bro, short form is taking over. I can edit your short form for you. Don't miss out. I get similar emails. And it's funny. Um, here's my whole thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's the whole thing. Um, I feel that if you, as a YouTube content creator, gets addicted to short form content, that's going to become a problem for you down the road. That's my thought process because, like, making the man said, there are people who are out here literally. I get these emails every day talking about I could create short form content, I could cut up your long form content, and one of the things that I see is that that can be really, really dangerous because I'll share something with you, something else that consistently, when I have been doing long form content, once again, it doesn't get the views. YouTube is not pushing it like they're pushing short form content, but I've gotten better results, much better results. And this comes back to doing the work. um, that's just funny because the trolls are trying to be a little different. They're trying to be a little different. One of the things that I have found out is that when you do the work, when you build out your process, when you build out your situation, it's much, much different. It's a much more different process. It's a much more different situation because one of the things that's going to happen when you go ahead and do the work, you build out your process, you build out your workflow, you build out your environment, you're just going to do much, much better in terms of creating that situation that you want. Because now, going back to the person who was just curious, why I cannot remember how many of my neighbors were opening up to helping me out, do whatever I wanted to do. This was a consistent thing growing up. I never felt insecure. I never felt abandoned. I never felt alone as a kid because the neighborhood was full of helpful people that would be helpful. My friends were helpful. And that's just the culture of how I do things. But one of the things that you will see, because right now I've got some videos coming up. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and look really, really quickly at the videos I got coming up because one of the things I'm doing is trying to get ahead, instead of just being, um, up to par. I'm trying to get ahead. So I've got one, two, three, four, five, six. And after today, I will have seven with another long form video dropping tomorrow. So I will be like six videos ahead. So one of the things I'm doing is working ahead, working on building the process, being ahead, and working on my content. Because once again, when you do the work, when you really, really do the work, and you begin to understand the process, when you begin to understand how to set up some things. Because one of the things that I consistently see is a lot of people do not want to do the work. They just simply don't want to do the work. They don't want to build anything. They don't want to create anything. They don't want to write anything. Everyone, well, not everyone, but many people are trying to find out what's going on. And one of the things that I will understand during this process is the beginning is tough. The beginning is tough. The situation is tough. Pretty much. They don't want to do what you want to do. And one of the things I found out to be very, very interesting is with YouTube, a lot of people generate your success based on the number of views you get for your videos. And that's not something that I am privy to at the moment because, once again, you know, this is how I used to keep up with my YouTube stats. This is how I used to write them down, right? I did quite well with very small audience. I did really, really well. And one of the things that I'm finding out is that I can go ahead because this is what I'm doing. Because right now I'm doing the work. And in the beginning, the work sucks. You do the work, you show up every day, you put your stuff out, and you get like like the results, like that move like the hands on your clock. But here's the thing, I got to do this work today to have a different December of 2023. And this is one of the things that I have to do. That I have to do. I have to dig into it because, once again, a lot of people are watching the channel. It's like its views are down, and people are doing stuff. And once again, they're not looking at the quality of the situation. They're not looking at the quality of the situation because here's the thing. Um, I want to send out an email today because it's time to send out that email. And that's it. Work for it every day, man. Work for it every day. One of the things that I consistently see, and one of the things that I find to be really, really interesting, is when you are talking about doing the due diligence, doing the work, getting into the weeds or something, a lot of people are not really interested in that. Because one of the things that I have understood, well, I've come to understood, is my actions. I must accept responsibility for the things I have done. I must accept responsibility for the content I put out that created this crazy cycle of stuff. Because once again, since I have gone ahead and said, you know what, we're going to start all over from scratch. And there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to be happy with it. And there's going to be a lot of people who really want to come in and talk about some stuff. Because one of the things that I consistently see, and you guys, let's call it the early crew. You're the early crew. You're on here, you're seeing what's going on, you're paying attention, and you can see that when you make up your mind to go in one direction, it's like, I'm going in this direction, I'm going here. I'm going in this direction. I'm not going anywhere else. I will not be distracted. Uh, I That's just a troll, man. That's just a troll. Ignore him. What percentage of Americans do you think is really putting in hours daily to achieve something? I would say a small percent. I would say 15%. 15%. Thank you, reigning woman. About 15% are really putting in the time, effort, and work, I would say. And this is why so many people love entertainment content. This is why so many people are loving the entertainment content, loving this all other stuff. Because what I'm saying is, when you can actually watch me, because see, you guys are watching me, but you're actually paying attention to what I'm doing. Like with the Scat Pack and Hellcat crew. They're just watching for entertainment value. It's like, I'm bored. Let me turn on YouTube. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's happening. And that group is not trying to build anything. They're not trying to create anything. They're not trying to do anything. Because once again, as a corporate citizen, I got to do the work. I got to put forth the effort. I have to work on creating this thing. And one of the things that I have noticed is with these live streams, it's really, really interesting because in the beginning, I get a lot of people who are kind of in and out. They're like, I don't want to hear this. But the longer I stay on, the more people I get to view. It's really, really interesting. So, you guys can see it. Like, I don't live stream every day. I live stream every other day. And then I drop a regular video. Let's see. I know. I know. Just living for the weekend is kind of depressing. Pretty much. This is one of the things. Because the average person wants a set it and forget it situation. That's what they want. Pretty much, pretty much, pretty much. Because one of the things that will happen as we go down this corporate citizens path, because one of the things is, and this is what I'm preaching, because like right now, you can see me doing the work. I reset the channel. I've changed the content. I stopped communicating with certain things. I stopped doing certain things. And you can actually see the the change that happened because right now, um, I have not as many active viewers. I got people subscribed to the channel who just don't check in. But I guarantee you, as we continue to move forward, you guys will see a vast change in the things you're doing. You whisper those keywords and folks all up in the chat. That's just kind of wild because one of the things I consistently see is a lot of people watch what I do, but they don't really pay attention. They really don't pay attention. And that person is just a troll. I don't know what's up with this whole scat pack thing. What's up? What's up? Because one of the things that I find really interesting, and I want you guys to take note of this. I have put myself on a different pathway of learning, taking courses. Glendon Garman, I take courses. I sell courses, but if I find something, a good course that could teach me something I don't know, I have no problems taking it. You know, I have no problems taking it. It's just funny, man. Once again, that's the thing you have to do, Aunt Johnson. You have to work on the attributes and the talent things that can get you into that position. Because, like, once again, I am not messing around on YouTube. Like, here's something that's funny. There are supposedly people making videos about me, right? I have no clue. I have no clue. I'm not watching them. I'm not paying attention. I'm not getting any of their stuff because I am focused on my mission. I'm focused on my mission. I'm focused on doing the things to be successful. I'm focused on, because one of the things, and I'm going to show you this. Let's see. Let's get into this. I got some more stuff to put into this course this weekend, but this is the kind of stuff that I'm focused on. Building my course, writing my content, working on my business. This is what I'm focused on. I'm not doing any of that other stuff. I can't even see it. Continuing your education is always a good thing. You just spent some time in Vegas for a bar and restaurant expo. Thank you, reigning woman. We will see how the tweeting is going to go. But one of the things that I have found out to really, really be popular, and this is one of the things that Dan Cole did, is got deep into self-development, get deep into working on yourself, get deep into working on your content, get deep into working on the things that you find to be relevant and interesting, and then put that out. Let's see. That's awesome, Jacked and Stacked. Bet. Thank you, Homestead. Because here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. If we all, and this is something that's going to be mind blowing, because right now, so many people want to work from home. And I'm going to explain to you why people want to work from home. I know someone who's an IT professional who works from home, and this is her schedule. She sleeps, then she gets up at 7 to let her dog out. Then she works for a little bit, and she takes a nap at 12. Then she works a little bit more. Then she goes to the gym at 3. This is one of the reasons that so many people want to work from home, because they can carve out a schedule that is beneficial and rabbit to the things that they do. And I mean, there's a lot of people who work from home who are not doing a 40-hour work week. And the people in corporate America, they know this. They know this. They know this. And people are fighting, and they're going back and forth talking about working from home, creating these um, ideal situations, creating these disposable. And like, there was a girl, and once again, this is how, I guess, having time to do the things you want is very important. But this girl, she quit a six-figure job because they wanted her to come to the office 5 days a week. Her old schedule was she would work in the office 2 days a week and she would work 3 days from home. And she's willing to take less money because she doesn't want to give up that up. I have a friend who's turning 40 and is going through a midlife crisis because he realized he's not done jack with his life since high school. Wow, that's crazy. I work from home and I can agree. Yeah, because, once again, when you work from home, you can do a lot of stuff, but a lot of corporate, yeah, I'm going to create a new blog. There's more that's coming. Because one of the things is, doing the work, doing the work. And I have a lot of things that I'm getting ready to start working on. I work 100%. All right. Congratulations, Donnie Briscoe. And this is one of the things with doing the work. Like, let me tell you what's coming up. I got to put a few more things in the money mindset course. And then I got to write a book. Then I got to create a new blog. Then I'm going to get back to consulting. There's a whole bunch of new stuff that's coming. Whole bunch of new stuff is coming. Yeah, because once again, when you actually do the work and you go through the process, you will not be 60 or 70 years old wondering what it's going to be something else a little different. I'm going through a midlife crisis. I'm only 32. Dang. Oh, I said that too, that was going to happen. I said that because here's the thing. Unless you have a job where they absolutely need you, expect it to be outsourced. Expect them to come in and replace you. Just expect that. Because one of the things that you have to do, and one of the things that you have to be ready for, is what is going to happen. Because what I'm getting ready to do, because, like, once again, this month, money mindset course, revamping of the channel. Tomorrow will be the 30th day that I've been on this revamp phase. Just been 30 days. It hasn't been a long time. And you will see me, because once again, you get to see me do the groundwork, the preliminary work. Because here's the thing: as a corporate citizen working on whatever you're working on, the beginning is going to suck. The beginning is going to be hard. The beginning is going to be rough. The beginning is going to absolutely suck, because right now, once again, you guys can see, and this is one of the things, because this is on public record. You can see, all right, I'm looking forward to that. Is what I'm doing this in real time, because one of the things that you will see, outsourcing and AI replace a lot of jobs overnight. It will, but it's also going to create new jobs. This is one of the things. And let's go ahead and talk about AI, outsourcing, and everything. Right now is the renaissance of public AI. AI in corporate America has been there for a long, long time. AI is nothing new in corporate America. It's nothing new. AI has been in corporate America for quite a while. And now we have public access to AI. And here's the thing: most people are just playing around with it. Very few people are looking at creating a deliverable resource with AI. How can I take Chat GPT-4, create something, and then bring it out here to the public sector? That's what you got to be doing. That's what you got to be doing, man. Y- one of the things is, and someone said this in the last live stream: move in silence. Move in silence. What's up? And do the work you need to do, because one of the things that I did when I was creating all these businesses when I was in the military, I didn't tell nobody. I just did it. And I got my own experiences. These businesses did not do well. The businesses did not do well because I didn't know what I was doing. And I learned so much from those businesses. I learned so much from those failures. I learned so much from those hard moves. I learned so much from doing that type of business that helps me to this very day. But one of the things that we have to do as corporate citizens, because I'm going to include you people in the corporate citizen group, is we got to do the work so we can change the world and we can change the dynamic. Yeah, I saw that a while ago. I saw that a while ago. And what we have to do is be prepared for the brutality of the beginning. Because once again, I've done this, I don't even know how many times. And it's always the same. The beginning absolutely sucks. Starting a YouTube channel. You start a YouTube channel, you don't get no views. You don't get no views. You start a TikTok channel, you don't get no views. You start an Instagram account, you don't get no follows. You start a Twitter account, you get no views. The beginning always sucks. It always sucks. But this is the part of the process that you guys have got to go ahead and get comfortable with things sucking, get comfortable with things not going the way you want to, get comfortable with it because it's like losing weight. For me, because I used to be, right when I had the heart attack, I was like 290. I had a lot of muscle, but I had a lot of fat. I was about 290. Right now, I'm 250, and I've held this weight for a long time. I've held this weight for a long time because I have to do this. And one of the things is you've got to lose the weight in January. You got to start losing the weight in September. You know, you got to start losing the weight in September. And to see this big effort, to see this large corporate change, you got to get started because this is one of the things I think that so many people are afraid of, getting started, building that process, building that thing. And next month, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to get into a lot of stuff. But once again, I need to add more stuff to the money management course. I need to keep revamping the channel. And I want to show you, let's see. Let's go into this. Make sure that we're in there. All right. Make sure that we're in there. And once again, I can't look at the big changes. I have to look at the small changes. The beginning of the month, this was like 980. It was 980. And what was happening is I've lost a lot of people who have unsubscribed, that they don't want to see this type of content that I'm putting out. But I have to look at that. That number was like 980 at the beginning of the month. Today's the 14th. So it looks like I'm going to get out of this process this month. I'm going to get out of it. And this is one of the things you got to look at the little details onto your internal compass. Because right now, I'm out here on YouTube, I'm putting stuff out. It looks like I'm sucking, right? But internally, I am making changes. Numbers are coming down. Things are stabilized. Um, let's see. Oh, that's been going on for a minute. That's been going on for a minute. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. And one of the things that I see, let's see, let's go ahead and look at this. All right. One of the things that is happening is things are really, really doing well when you look at it. Because, like, when I started the beginning of the month, those numbers were disaster, right? They were a disaster. And here's the thing, you got to do the work. You got to look at the little steps of progress, the little steps. You got to look at the things that are changing. Like today, we've only had one troll. We only had one troll, Mr. Scat Pack. And y'all have been here. You've seen the crazy comments. You've seen and these people are going away. That is a sign of success. These people are going away. They're going out doing their things. They're living their lives. They're doing their things wherever they're doing it. And here's the thing. And if I can tell you something important, you have to be able to hold the course. You have to be able to hold the course. You have to be able to stick to the grind. Let me show you something. And this is let me go back to it. And this is one of the reasons Chet Holmes. Chet is no longer with us, right? People ask me all the time, what book? Now, this is a book, and Chet Holmes talked about it. He calls it Pig-Headed Determination. Go ahead and get this book. It's not going to hurt you. You can do it on Kindle. You can do hardcover. You can do paperback. You can do a lot of things. But Chet Holmes, in this book, Chet Holmes, he died. And this book is still ranking quite well, still selling quite well, because this book is full of timeless advice. And the one thing he talks about, and he calls it in this book, pig-headed determination. For you to stick with what you're doing, regardless of what else is going on. It's like, this is what we're going to do. This is the mission plan. This is the course of action. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to stick with. And just stick with that. And that's what you have to do in the beginning when you're building. You have to stick with the pig-headed determination. Pretty much. That is true. That is true. You have to make preparations for greatness. 100% is very, very true. Because as you build this thing out, as you build these things and get these things going, you can do some amazing stuff. Well, with the pig-headed determination, you have to keep that going for a minute with the pig-headed determination, because this is where I'm at. I'm in that stage of pig-headed determination. This is what I'm doing. I'm resetting the channel. I'm resetting my coursework. And I'm not going to let anybody distract me or take me off that path. And once again, today is a really good day in the comment section. We only had one troll. And, people are starting to learn that I'm not going to fall for these silly games. I'm not going to fall for these praise. Someone literally tried to get me to get into a YouTube fight. It's like, yeah, someone did this. And I'm like, so just keep moving. I'm 3 years into my pig-headed determination journey. 10 years from now, you will be glad you did that. Zero Fat Returns. Great book, man. Good to see you being consistent on YouTube. Keep rocking. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because once again, this is the beginning. This is the beginning set. This is the beginning phase. And, I have, let me go ahead and tell you what's going to happen. Let me just go ahead and tell you. I started the reset intentionally March 15th, right? So now we're on April 14th. So tomorrow will be 30 days. And I have seen a lot of changes. Number one, the crazy comments are down like 99%. Number two, I've seen my views started to be consistent, and I've seen my views started to go up. And once again, when I say go up, they're not going up like 1,000%. They're going up maybe 5%, maybe 6%. But that's progress. Because I have to look at I'm doing a new YouTube channel and doing new content. So I'm starting over. You just have to be stubborn and stick with your goals. Why would an eagle entertain a turkey? That's pretty funny. But once again, I'm doing this in the public sphere. You can see me doing this. You can see what I'm going through. You can see what I'm dealing with, and you can see well. Right now, I'm in the part where I'm getting incremental progress. I'm not getting like grand slam progress, but I am getting incremental progress. I'm starting to do things. Well, a lot of people are already doing the news on here. Let me show you someone who does the news on here. Let me show you. And let's see. Let's go fresh to this. And I'm going to show you the power of the news. Eck. All right. Let's see. Man, he's putting videos out like crazy. He put out 1 hour ago. Then he put out one 55 minutes ago. And this is a use case study. All right. Let's kind of look at him because this guy was doing a video. I think he did a live stream. I think this is it. And he was just reading the news, reading the news. So people are on here reading the news right now, and it works. He put this video out 21 hours again. He put this video out an hour. He put this video out 55 minutes ago. And one of the things I've seen is the YouTube algorithm treats different YouTubers because once again, he has a fantastically huge audience. He puts out a lot of content, and this was the space that I was in, and I didn't get none of this. I didn't get any of this because his audience is loyal. His audience is down to the core, right? So this video with 200,000, we put because like he's got 200,000, 260, 290, 360. He's got almost 400,000 views. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost 400,000 views in less than 2 days. And he's killing it. He's killing it. He's doing really, really well. But I literally was watching this guy and he was sitting down. Let me see. Was this the one? He was just reading the news. He was literally head down. His eyes was on the paper. He was just reading the news. So you have a lot of people out here who are reading the news, man. A lot of people. A lot of people. So that's already happening. I plan on doing the news. Okay. Economic ninja. Thank you. Thank you. I think it depends upon if your audience likes you. I would say he makes a lot of money doing the news. Pretty much. There's a lot of people who are doing the news, who are coming on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram doing the news and just literally read it. But here's the thing, and I want you guys to really understand what's happening. A lot of these people have really good reactions with their audience. Their audience really, really love him. His audience really love him. I feel like many people start AI for their content now. The people who actually do real content are going to start. I think so too. I think so too. I think the people who are doing real content, working on their craft, working in their silos, are going to definitely start to stand out. Yeah, I allegedly is another channel that talks about how bad the economy is and other things that are going on, the solutions experience. But one of the things that you have to understand and be present for is the big change that is happening right before our eyes. Because, like, I'll talk a little bit about this, but this is mostly for um, my other channel, Mad Money. Right now, a lot of people are talking about how bad the economy was, right? Let me show you something. Let me see. Let me see. All right. The economy is terrible, right? The economy is crazy, right? We have all these things going on in this economy, right? If the economy is so bad, what the heck? Oh, that's what happened over there. I was like, but right now, business credit cards. I got all of those credit cards since July. I hadn't had them a year. We have this bad economy. We've got all these things going on, but you can still get credit like that. That's a sign that the economy is not as bad as people say it is. Because you can get credit, you can get car loans if you have good credit. There's so many things you can do. Oh, those two do live streams together all the time. I did not know that. I think what he meant, zero fats meant, was a lot of people are using AI for their everyday content when they really don't have to, you know? Because there are people right now who are winning with AI. There's a lot of people who are winning with AI, and these are the people who go to the AI and they use it to create a product or service to sell to the masses. Yeah, I mean, like right now, you can get business credit like left and right. So that's a sure sign that with credit being that free and available, that we have not hit the so-called credit crunch. If it gets views, pretty much. Facts. I think it's mostly because the average consumer doesn't know where credit actually originates from. So I'm like, there is still a ton of credit you can get out. Like literally, my Porsche is almost paid off, and I get 2 to 3, maybe 4 letters a month talking about refinance from them and come to us. Like I get this stuff all the time. That's right. People are using it, and the content is all sounding very similar. It lacks the nuance of social and emotional intelligence. And I don't think that's going to happen because I'm way too small for the Plain Bagel. But I like the Plain Bagel's channel. He puts out a lot of good content. Because one of the things that I have done, and once again, I just got started. You know, I don't really expect to see the real big major change until December, which is 8 months away. 8 months away. Once again, you got to get into blogging. There's a certain way to do it, pretty much. Folks' eyes glaze over when I explain credit lines are financed by investors. They don't care. They just want 100K of credit with a 30K income. That's funny. No, Google has publicly come out saying that AI content is okay. No, I'm talking about different channels. Different channels. Yeah, because like once again, everyone is saying the economy is doing bad. And there are certain sectors of the economy that is doing bad. But the amount of credit that you can get is staggering right now. The amount of credit that you can get and set up is staggering. The things you can do with credit. Because like I said, and that's why it's in the money mindset course. The things you can do to get credit, the things you can do to build credit, the things you could set up because it's out here, man. And this is one of the things that people consistently just do not pay attention to. If the economy is crashing, why can you still get all this credit? That makes no sense. 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, credit dried up. Levi's the Jeans Company has an AI ad out where the models is AI generated. That's cool. Typically, when you go for business credit, they're going to give you like 10% of your gross income. So if you have 100,000, they'll give you like 10,000. Really? I did not know that. Well, I'm talking about the real economy. The real economy, once again, you can still get a lot of credit. You can still get a lot of credit. And that's a sign that the economy hasn't crashed the way that people have said it has. Just hasn't. And one of the things that you can do, and one of the things that you can learn from, is setting up your whole situation. Because one of the things that is happening is there's a bigger opportunity out here. There's bigger things that are happening. There are bigger things that are going on. Because one of the things that I consistently see that's doing really, really well is online business. People who are in online business, and this is something that we're going to talk about, man, that's crazy. Online businesses are going like crazy. Have you guys noticed the number of new YouTubers on YouTube right now? There is a frat house. I mean, it's like the doors have busted open. There are so many brand new YouTubers out doing YouTube, making YouTube content, doing YouTube videos, making long form videos, making shorts. There's a ton of people, and YouTube ain't even full. YouTube is not even full, not even full. And one of the things that you have to understand is going into this new creator economy. And we're going to be talking a lot about that next month. Once again, this month's about the reset, the revamp, and everything. But next month, we're going to get into a lot more. Your payroll was 30K a month, man. YouTube has been pushing smaller, new. Yeah, that's one of the things. I think as a smaller, newer channel, your growth can be really, really good. YouTube is not even close to being full, and this is something a lot of people don't understand. Wow. Alrighty, okay. Thank you, thank you. No, I'm not doing that podcast anymore. I stopped that podcast. Couldn't get it ranked in Apple. It was irritating. I mean, everyone is moving to online. If you have a business that you can move online, you should be moving it online. Well, 2 weeks old. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Yeah, I keep hearing about Rumble. Once again, when you get into actually having a physical merchandise store, that gets very, very expensive. When you get into physical merchandising, and I've had videos on this channel where I say, don't do that. Don't go out and run a store, get a warehouse, sell online, and then if you still feel the urge to get a store a little later on, do that. Do you suggest quantity over quality for getting a new? Like we'll be talking about that next week, next month. We'll be talking about that in 16 days. We'll be talking about that. Man, like when I used to have a physical retail store, one of the worst parts of my week was sitting up in that store waiting on folks to show up. I hated that. I absolutely hated that because I liked meeting people. Pretty much. YouTube's just getting started. Oh, AI is great. Because one of the things that I talked about, and there's a video. Let me see. Thank you, Zero Fast Returns. Once again, let me see. Let me kind of go into this. And let me see if I can find it. Six-figure income with a warehouse only. Yes, it can be done without a store. I did this video 10 years ago. Can we really go full time and have a six-figure income with just a warehouse and not a store? I know you're going crazy with Sparta and writing, but every time I would love to have an answer in this video. And then I did the video where I talked about this was 10 years ago. This was 10 years ago where I talked about actually creating an online business and not even having a physical store. Let me see. Can y'all see that yet? Make sure. Can y'all see that? Not even having a physical store. I talked about that 10 years ago. So, frat boy, I already know your pain. I already know your pain, man. I know your pain because one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to get into a lot of different stuff. We're going to get into a lot of different learning, a lot of different training, a lot of different things that we're going to get into. So let me close some of these windows and get out of there, get out of there, out of there, out of there, out of there, and get back to the room. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Oh, it's fun. Yes, the overhead is much lower for online ball. It was 10 years ago, man. It was 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago. But that was something that I talked about a long time ago because I actually had a real business with real storefronts, and storefronts were sucking back then. Because one of the things I had to talk to my business partner about was, why are we paying for these storefronts when we're getting all our traffic from online? We could just direct these people to the warehouse. Best move we ever made in business. Best move. Best move ever. Because one of the things, well, we used to watch our employees pretty hard. We didn't have people milking us because I was the guy that was going to the auctions. My business partner was the one that was in the warehouse. So our employees always had someone looking over them. So we didn't have that issue of people milking us. But one of the things that, we're going to get into a lot of different stuff next week. We're going to get into a lot of different components. We're going to get into a lot of creativity, and we're going to get into um, pushing and creating these outcomes. Because one of the things that I don't really see anyone talking about is the process of setting up a one person business. Best Buy has a very good brand and they have a really good policy and they have price matching. And Best Buy, I don't think they're opening up new stores. What's up? What's up? And one of the things that is happening is with Best Buy, you will never see Best Buy in a terrible situation. Best Buy is extremely well run. They have a lot of marketing and a lot of things. But one of the things that's getting ready to happen in this rainy, rainy Georgia, it's like raining really hard right now. I can see it like blowing across my window. But we're going to get into the building and the creation of a lot of stuff as we go on, as we build out this process, as we do this build out. Because one of the things, because, it's a lot that's happening. Let's see. Some people need to simplify their business. Some people failing because they're trying to do too much. Could be, could be. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen, man? This is one of the reasons that Best Buy is still active because you can go in, look at the flat screen, test the flat screen, get some advice, and then load that sucker up in your car and be out. Jack of all trades is a master of none, pretty much. Pretty much. Because one of the things that we're getting ready to do is to really begin to do work and get into building stuff. Because I got some stuff I'm going to get into a little later today. Because what I didn't send out an email when I did this, because I'm going to send that email out after this and we will see what happens. Because we're at, let me see, where are we at? So we're still growing. Yeah, we will be getting into a lot of stuff because next month, because I am really happy with the way things are going now because this is the first 30 days, and this I feel is the hardest part, the first part of doing stuff and getting things set up. So we're 30 days in, we're building stuff, we're creating stuff, and we're going to work on some more products, and we're going to work on some more samples, and we're going to work on some more things because once again, you guys can see it. This is in live daytime television that we're working on this because one of the things that will happen as we build out these things and as we do these things is you will get to see a different pathway. You will get to see a different part of the thought process. You will get to see a lot of different business models because one of the things that I want to do is get back to writing like I not like I used to, but writing from a new format, writing for a new level, writing for a new level, communicating with a new level, and doing certain things because I am really excited at what's going to happen in the future. I'm excited what's going to happen next month. Next month's going to be a crazy, crazy month. Next month's going to be a crazy month. And we are 16 days away. I've got some more stuff. Do, 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 do. Someone else just got introduced to the block party. Once again, I will say that these new trolls are kind of funny. They're kind of funny. Because once again, I remember the other day when we were talking about the Scat Pack and Hellcat crew. They've kind of taken it as a joke, and they're coming in there and they're leaving this like, "What do you think of a V8 versus a V6?" I'm like, "Welcome to the block party. Welcome to the block party." Because one of the things that's going to happen is this is going to get bigger and better. It's just going to get bigger and better. This is true. I got to get back in that whole process. It's been a while since I wrote a book, and this is something I'll be talking about because as we go ahead and build out these live streams, I don't think they're listening. I think they're just here to be clowns. I don't think they're listening. But once again, compared to the comments, I don't know how many of y'all were here the other day when they just like I had people were talking about you should go back to doing this. You should go back to making this type of content. I did not have real listeners praying in and tuning in. I had trolls who wanted me to get back to foolishness, foolishness, and I just refused to do it. And this is the thing: the longer you stay on path, the longer you stay on point, the more. Like, give you an example. Give you a good example of what I'm talking about. Give you a good example. The trolls were stupid the other day. I don't know what they were coming, but give you an example. All right. Let me see. Let me go back. Give you an example of what I'm talking about. This is an article about Amazon.com from 2000. Amazon bomb. If you look at, like, if you go back and look at early Amazon stories, let's go back to 1999. he doesn't even look the same anymore. But if you just go back and look at all of the early articles about Amazon, Amazon was a joke. Amazon wasn't making any money. Ha ha ha. And then boom, Amazon flipped the switch and became the biggest online selling platform we've ever seen. Pretty much. So those, this is what's going to happen. Like right now, what I'm doing to some people seems to be funny. It's a joke. He ain't never going to go anywhere. And this is one thing that I can say. As long as you keep trying on the internet, yeah, Amazon is everything now. Thank you, Mike Larry. Well, I'm going to start another podcast. I just haven't really sat down and figured it out, but that's coming. Yeah, business cards are still needed. If you're still meeting people in person, yeah, business cards are very much needed. Yeah, I think podcast on YouTube is going to be huge because I have to rethink it because the first podcast I made was audio only and I didn't do a video podcast. And I'm thinking of doing a video podcast, studio on another channel. Like I said, there's so much to do. And this is where it gets exciting. There's so much to do, so much to build out, so much to create, and a lot of things. Now, once again, welcome, Mad Hatter, but we're not talking about that. And when I'm talking about something else, I'm not going to divert the content to get to your specific question. Yeah, there's so much things to be done. There's so many things to build. There's so much to create. Yeah, YouTube's going to start pushing podcasts. I hope YouTube pushes podcasts in the same manner that they're pushing shorts. That would be great if YouTube does that. That would be awesome if YouTube does that. If YouTube begins pushing podcasts the same way that they're doing is it's going to be great if you have a podcast. It's going to be awesome. Taking action is everything. It's one of the best things you can do. It's one of the best ways you can set yourself up. All right, guys, that's all I got. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for joining me today. Be sure to get the modern mind, the modern mindset money course. It's going to teach you a lot. So with that, I will see you guys in the next one.